In this episode, simply why carbs work.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 220 of the Daily Mother Swole. Got to move to the side for the gains, move to the side for the other gains, and then for the front, the front gains, y'all. And I see, Kyle, how do you drink your coffee? Well, you're in luck. You can go back an episode or two. I think it's 2 episodes, and you can see I'm talking about bulletproof coffee, how I drink my coffee. So that's an episode we just did, but that's how I drink my coffee. So welcome everyone on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining me. Welcome on YouTube if you're joining me for the first time or every time. Thank you on YouTube. And also on SoundCloud and iTunes. You can catch every episode of the Daily Swole, all 220 as a podcast. So here, as always, make sure you share. Turn on live notifications, but also make sure you share. Make sure you share this broadcast because I will be doing giveaways, not necessarily every day. Come on, I'm not made of gains, am I? Totally am. I'm totally made of gains. But I will be doing regular giveaways. So the next goal, we did 30 yesterday. The next goal is 40 live viewers. I'd love to maintain and float 40. So we had 30 in here yesterday. So let's try to float it up. And maybe if we get 40, maybe we'll do another Kegel shirt. But we will be doing that again soon. So yesterday was great. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the love. And thank you so much for checking out that latest spotlight video that I did. That's still on top of my Facebook page. It is this one was the, come on, the spotlight video. Jeez, what the heck is this one called? This is your life. Fitness is life. Gee, I do so many of these things. Fitness is life. Brain fart. Gotta drink more coffee. Fitness is life. So if you haven't checked out that video, super short, super motivational. It hits the spot. It meant a lot to me, and I know a lot of you have already, given me information back and feedback saying, "Oh, I love this video. It was great." So thank you so much for checking it out and sharing it. It's gotten 90 or almost 100 shares already in a day. It's got like 10,000 views in a day. So this is definitely going that viral route. So I appreciate you. Just keep on sharing it. Tag people in it. If you shared it already, tag people in the comments under the video. If you have other people that have not seen it yet, just give them a tag and be like, yo, grab them right by the nutsack or the tits and be like, you have to watch this video. It's awesome. It's for my boy, Papa Swolenormous. He wants you to see it. He thinks he'll help you make some sick fucking gains. Okay, I'll make some sick fucking gains. Okay. And then they'll go see it. Then they'll watch it, and then it'll help everyone. We'll be able to make more Kegel shirts and more Swolenormous shirts, and everyone will get huge, and it'll be great. So I'm kind of on an up and up because I've had a great workout yesterday, and I posted on Snapchat because if you don't follow me on Snapchat and Instagram stories, I'm back. I really feel like I'm back. I really feel like my motivation, like I'm personally getting back into the gym. Honestly, I'm human just like all you, but I'm reinvesting myself. I'm feeling that fire burning within for my own personal fitness. I took some time off, and now I'm kind of ramping back into it, and I feel like I'm really getting that that desire to really crush again, which is great because I didn't have it for a while. I almost burned out personally, having little injuries, tweaks here and there, but now Papa Swolio is back, so you can expect some more fitness videos, and I'll take off my shirt and shred some cheese on my abs again, once we get all that in order. So things to look forward to. Pretty good. This episode 220 is why carbs work. Why carbohydrates work, because they simply do. And this whole idea of low carb, I think it's been pretty much debunked. And of course, now everyone is pretty much aware, common knowledge, almost, that fats are good. Fats are not the enemy, depending on what kind of fat, if you're getting fat from the right sources. And we talked about that. We talked about bulletproof coffee and grass-fed butter and grass-fed beef. We talk about that a lot. When it comes to carbohydrates work for a reason. The reason why carbohydrates work is because your body uses glucose for energy. That's your body's fuel. That's its gasoline. You also use fat for energy. You also use protein for energy. Believe it or not, your body metabolizes and creates energy, creates glucose from protein. It's called gluconeogenesis. Your body actually produces glucose from amino acids breaking down from protein. But this is not easy for your body. That's kind of a pain in the ass. And your body uses fat mostly for what we're doing right now. Right now, I'm metabolizing mostly fat, just sitting around chilling because I'm a fat burning machine. But even for all of you, if you're sitting around right now, if you're not exercising currently, your body is metabolizing mostly fat. You're not burning a ton of calories right now overall, but the calories you're burning or utilizing are oxidized from fat because at a lower intensity, like sitting around resting periods, your body metabolizes fat because it's easier. It takes longer, like a longer light bulb turning on. Your body can extract more energy in a longer period of time because right now you don't need immediate energy. You're not doing crazy stuff. So your body can produce more energy. It takes longer, but your body will oxidize fat because it's just easier when you're at rest. But when you're exercising, when you're training hard, when you're lifting weights, your body needs carbohydrates because glucose is fast. Glucose is fast. It's what will get your body energy, ATP in the muscles now. It will get your body energy now. And that usable form of energy is super important because you need quick energy when you're doing higher intensity training. Higher intensity, shorter duration. You're not doing a marathon intensely. That's a lower export of energy. Of course, if you're an elite athlete, you might be like, wow, that guy runs a marathon 26 miles. Each individual one is faster than I could even run one. Yeah, but they're highly trained. But for that person, they're running at a lower pace the entire time rather than if they did like a 1 mile sprint. So you can sprint 1 mile faster than you can run each mile consecutively for five miles. So if you ran 5 miles, each mile might be, let's say, 8 minutes. But if you sprinted a mile, you might be able to run it in 6 minutes. I know that's really fast, but that's a comparison. You could sprint and go all out effort, but you won't be able to go as long. So that's how the intensity and the duration works. The higher the intensity, the shorter you can do it for. And that just kind of makes sense, right? Now, that being the case, your body needs a certain energy, a certain fuel for that higher intensity, shorter duration activity. For that higher output, your body needs a different fuel for that higher output, and that's carbohydrates. For explosive, high intensity, short duration, carbs are preferred. Replenishing and refueling, there are different times to eat carbohydrates. Some of you might be doing a more high-fat diet. You might be restricting carbohydrates because generally if you cut carbohydrates, your body will shed some water. You'll shed a little extra body fat. Usually lower carb diets, leading into competitions or leading into the summer, you'll stop eating as many carbohydrates. That's fine. But you still need carbohydrates for your weight training. You don't want to go down to low carb and no carb, but you might need to restrict your carbohydrates. So when should you eat your carbohydrates? The answer is around your workouts. You could have some carbs in the morning, and you could have your carbs before and after your training. And then as you go into later in the evening or when you're not exercising or when you don't need energy later, you can cut your carbs or limit your carbs and go more towards fibrous carbs like vegetables and let's say a lower glycemic carbohydrates that don't impact the blood as much. So as long as you are keeping your carbohydrates around when you need them, your body will be fueled and be utilizing them more for energy when they are necessary. The problem with storing body fat is when you're consuming a lot of carbohydrates that flood the body full of sugar and blood glucose, and when you don't need that energy right now, your body will look someplace to store it. And if you're having trouble losing fat, it could be because you're eating your carbohydrates at more inopportune times. It's not as simple as just how many you're getting in through the entire day. It also matters what kind of carbohydrates and also when during the day you are actually consuming them relative to your exercise. So if you are limiting your intake, make sure you keep your carbs around when you work out. You can have your more of a carbohydrate meal maybe 2 or 3 hours before you exercise, depending on what you're eating, depending on how fast your metabolism is and how you feel when you exercise. If you like going more on an empty stomach or you like to have a little bit of, satisfaction. And right after your workout, here's where you can go a little bit more fun. I sometimes eat candy, but you can have some more of a faster digesting carbohydrate after you work out. So you don't need to have, right after you work out, have like a sweet potato or brown rice or white rice or something. You can have something more that digests quickly. Now, I'm not suggesting you eat garbage, but there are foods, and I know a lot, a classic food for bodybuilders or people that are looking to bulk and replenish after workout is like white bread and honey. But those are very processed. But the fact of the matter is those foods that are lower in fiber will absorb quicker right after workout. So when you eat your carbs, you're looking to fuel and you're looking to refuel. You're looking to give your body nutrients and give your body the ability to tap into blood glucose and sugar and glycogen before your workout, so you have it during your workout, and also after you want to replenish those stores. So the goal after workout is not to go pounding protein. A lot of people go right for a protein shake, but that's actually not the goal. Protein is not going to help saturate your muscles. Protein you'll get from your other meals that your body will break down to amino acids and help rebuild your muscle tissue. But right after a workout, Your protein shakes are not as important as the media and as supplement companies will tell you. You need your carbohydrates. That's really more important after a workout than your protein shake. If you have some protein and you have your carbs as well, the most important thing right after a workout when you have high insulin and glucose sensitivity is to spike it, is to consume carbohydrates and simple carbs so they absorb quickly into your bloodstream so they can get to your muscles and replenish quicker. You don't necessarily need to have 200 grams of carbs, but you can go anywhere between 20, 30 to maybe 50 up to 100 grams of carbs depending on your goal, your body weight, and the intensity and what kind of training you're doing. If you're more sensitive to storing body fat, you might want to keep that more minimal, and you can go maybe for a slower digesting carb, but you still want to get something that gets in your system quickly. And that's why you might see me sometimes eating Sour Patch Kids and see people online and social media eating some candy right after they work out. It's kind of like a treat, but at the same time, there's a function to the treat. It's simple sugars. It also comes into play how you feel about artificial sweeteners, how you feel about food colorings, and yeah, you can go with the mentality, oh, we're all going to die, but it is crap. It is garbage. It's artificial. It's chemicals, but that depends on what you choose to eat. You can have a banana, you can have some fruit, but where you draw the line on what works best for you. So if, let's say you consume artificial sugar and candy right after workout, but you look shredded and you feel great, you can offset that or weigh that with, if I eat fruit, I might not be as lean, but it's healthier. It's up to you. That's like a moral issue. That's your own personal concern. I'm not going to demonize one thing or the other because I've done both. And I honestly can't say I see a massive difference. I just like certain things more than others. And I sometimes slack more than I really care to eat perfectly healthy and all organic and all this. So I go through phases myself, just like you, but I only go through phases as far as I can push my own personal fitness. If I see myself getting really off the rails and I don't like the way I look, I tighten shit up and I'll do whatever it takes. If I feel like I have some leeway and I can play around with it and I feel like getting away with it and I know I can, and I don't really care about being super lean, X, Y, and Z, then I do that. Because I always say, no matter what, it's about you being happy with yourself and happy with the way you look and happy with the way you feel and staying healthy. So if you can do X, Y, and Z and keep that going, all the power to you. If you can't, don't be jealous. Don't hate on people that can. Just accept that you're built differently and your body just metabolizes things differently. So we're all different, and that's just the way it is. But carbs work for a reason. Carbs are what your body needs. Your body needs carbohydrates. If you want to build muscle, if you want to replenish your muscle cell, if you want to grow, if you want to repair, you need to eat carbohydrates. You absolutely have to eat carbs. Don't think you're going to be getting all this crazy strength training and doing lifting and building muscle if you're not eating carbohydrates. If you're just doing this low carb thing, you're going to get flat. You're not taking anabolic steroids like these guys on stage. That's why they can stay super lean, eat no carbs, and stay big and full. It's impossible to do that without artificial hormones and anabolics and testosterone and growth hormone. It won't happen. If you know and you ever tried this naturally, you go low carb for a little bit and you just get flat, your body just depletes, your muscles look like freaking cardboard. It goes away. So you have to fill your body with healthy foods. You have to eat carbohydrates for strength training and for bodybuilding and for physique and for shape. And just accept the fact that most people that you see online, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube are saucing hardcore. So if they're super shredded and super full and they're like that all the time, yeah, they're on it. You don't have to be 300 pounds, 3% body fat, and be on the Mr. Olympia stage to be on steroids. There are plenty of people, aka Lance Armstrong, and a lot of other people that are very lean, very skinny, that take things. Doesn't mean that they're not on it. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different types of artificial serums and artificial hormone and precursors and all those things. Not to get into too much detail, but there are hundreds of different types, and a steroid just means it's a hormone messenger that delivers messages around the body to trigger certain responses. That's all it means. There's not one type of steroid, bulk or not. There are hundreds, if not thousands, that get you lean, that get you hard, that get you strong, different combinations. It's a whole other world. It's like when you go buy a mattress, you don't know anything about mattresses. After a month of looking for a mattress, you know more about springs and coil density and pillow tops than you could ever imagine that you ever want to in your entire life. There's a whole world of that. And since you're not tapping into it, you have to go within the guidelines of your DNA and your genetic structure and what you can handle naturally. And carbs are good for you. You need them, especially for strength training. Thank you for joining me for episode 220 of the Daily Swole. Remember, if you are a member of Swolenormous Premium, if you're not, you can click the sign up button on my Facebook page and you go to swolenormous.com and sign up. But Swolenormous Premium members, right now, we got it's 12:30, so at 1 p.m., we have our accountability meeting. So for premium members, I want you to bring in your details. We'll talk about programming. We'll talk about body fat. We'll talk about carbohydrates. We'll talk about nutrient timing. Today is your accountability meeting where we're going to tighten up everyone's program, make sure you're all on the right track. So if you're not in Swolenormous Premium, today is accountability day where it's open Q&A especially, and we dig into each individual issue as best we can at 1 p.m. So try to get there, and also if you can't get there live, remember on Premium, it's just like any other Facebook Live broadcast. You can comment below, and I'll get to that as soon as possible, okay? So accountability meeting, making sure everyone stays on track. We'll go over issues, whether it's emotional, whether it's nutritional, whether it's physical, like programming, whether it's injury. We'll talk about foam rolling, we'll talk about stretching, all that good stuff. And again, congratulations to Robert for winning that Kegel shirt yesterday. So make sure you tune in every day, share the broadcast, make sure you get out there, because I may or may not let you know when we're doing giveaways, but make sure you always share this broadcast, tell people about the Daily Swole, spread the word, check it out on SoundCloud and iTunes if you need to catch up on episodes. Also catch it on YouTube. I got a couple things coming out today. Got yesterday's Daily Swole going to be going on YouTube. Also have a new vlog going on YouTube. And of course, other videos and all this stuff all the time, Snapchat, Instagram stories, motivation on there, and everywhere else. Papa Swolenormous is everywhere. Episode 220 in the books. Thanks for joining me. I will see premium members at 1 p.m. in Swolenormous Premium. You could sign up. Again, click the sign up button or go to swolenormous.com. Thanks for sharing that spotlight video, Fitness is Life. Check that out. If you haven't, share, like, comment, tag, do it all. And don't forget, men, women, everyone, do your Kegels. Peace. See you tomorrow.